Hi everyone, this is Joanne Jordan, and on behalf of Steve and myself, we'd like to present to you the Doctoral Network Community of Practice concept. And this is built upon an actual idea that has been presented and used at Franklin University. So our vision for this community of practice is to create a collaborative community that supports doctoral learners. And we wanted to keep that as broad as possible to allow as many stakeholders and opportunities for folks that want to support a doctoral learner in different capacities has that opportunity to do so. The mission would be to promote the completion of doctoral degrees through inspiration, motivation, and collaboration within an interactive online community. So the intentional design of this community was to do a few things. We learned from previous communities of practice that we did not want to segregate or build barriers between different groups of people. So one design concept for COPs is to put folks in sort of categories or buckets based on what we hope or what we assume might be their interest areas or needs. And having learned from previous experience with an online COP, I decided not to do that this time and to allow the community to grow and develop into their own individual groups and interest areas. So we did not put any divide specifically between groups outside of their program areas to allow folks to get specific information about their program. But the entire community is open to all students. We also wanted to be intentional about the content that we added. So it's very easy to just throw different pieces of information into the COP and see what happens, but we didn't want to clutter the student COP with lots of information that's duplicated outside of the COP. So for example, while there are some things that help guide the student through their PhD or doctoral program, there is intentionally no coursework inside the COP. We wanted this to be a separate place where students can find support and inspiration to finish their degree that is not course related. And then, of course, we're hoping that students will in sort of an organic way communicate and get together and create their own communities of interest and practice and build the community in the way that they want it to be and not necessarily how the faculty envision it. So we do have a community concept. We're hoping that all these interrelated stakeholders can build and support this community of practice. And the community practice and domain concept is really from the Wagner community of practice work, where we want to build, first of all, a group of people who have some common interests and goals. And that domain area would be, of course, finishing their doctoral degree. And then the practice of getting that done would be, how do we do that? What are some specific ways we can help support this community to be successful in their domain? And the areas that we're focusing on are really building connections among different stakeholders, supporting their research and writing, and then through the colloquiums giving students the ability to practice and presenting material and critiquing others and being able to incorporate that feedback in their next iteration of their work. So as you can see, there are lots of stakeholders involved in a doctoral student's progress and success, and we can always think of more stakeholders, and hopefully the community of practice itself will build and value the stakeholders who are most important to their research. The construction of the doctoral network will consist of a online web-based platform where students can find all of these various areas of support that we just discussed. The connections, how do they build connections, how do they connect with their peers and outside support systems, as well as faculty advisors and advisory boards and so on. Research, we hope to provide opportunities for them to access research to help support where can I find data for my project. Writing support, obviously very crucial for the dissertation phase. And then the colloquiums, as we discussed, having that content in there available for them and the platform available for them to do as well. So that is the general concept and construction of the Doctoral Network, a community of practice for doctoral learners.